that out. This thing is awesome. So I hope I sound very clear to you guys. Sound all right? Okay, what all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this razor. I'm not sponsored by this or anything, but definitely stoked about this because getting ready for all these bodybuilding shows sucks. And I hate shaving with a regular razor, shaving my arms and shit. Oops, none of that, right? Don't like shaving. So I'm just going to show you this. Ooh, we're going to have a major thunderstorm right about now. But I wanted to show you this because you guys saw I shaved off that big old beard, and then I shaved that mustache off after the parade. We did the Independence Parade here. So I'm just going to show you what I'm using this for, but I wanted to also point out that it comes with everything. It has like 8 different attachments for the nose and the ears and the charger. Because it's one thing I cannot stand is having to buy a big old set of clippers to do this. Okay, and when it's dead, just recharge it. I mean, it's a good brand too. It's Conair, so you know that brand. But look, all I did was go to, well, I guess you, what would be the same? It was not like a Walmart, little fancier than a Walmart. And this was like 15 bucks. And it came with all the attachments. It came in a bag, but as you guys know, I have a dog rescue, and the dogs love to tear shit apart. So they went to town on this. I found these out on the patio out by the pool. But this has everything, you guys. Everything to cut hair, to do the little nose hairs, ear hairs, whatever. It has looks like a number one, a number two, and a number three for the guards. I mean, the whole thing changes up. But this would be perfect for somebody who, if you gotta do, I don't care if you're maybe you're a hairy dude and you want to have visible abs. All you got to do is cut that hair in your abs and your chest, and you look in the mirror and you're like, wow. Because the reason why they make us shave these stupid bodybuilding shows is because even like myself, who's very blonde, I got blonde hairs and stuff. Those hairs basically reflect the sun or light from your from seeing your muscles. So you might be like shredded and have all kinds of veins and stuff on your body, but if you have hair, you can't see the muscles. Another thing for you guys too, just to put you on game here a little bit. If you want people to see how jacked you are, but you don't want to walk around in a string top, I'm going to tell you guys right now, stop wearing muscle shirts in public. Okay. You don't need, if you're jacked enough, people can see your traps, people can see your shoulders. But what you would want to do, if you really want to look jacked, is wear long sleeve. I wear 3XL long sleeve, and all I do is push up. And bro, let me tell you something. If you got these things shaved up, and it doesn't even have to, this is not like bare skin either. There's little bitty little cactus hairs there from now. But if you want girls to see how strong you are, that's the first thing they look at when you have muscles is your forearms. So push those up. That's all you need. It gives the illusion. It gives them curiosity. Also, if you see people from the back, okay, you guys, and you don't have to wear tight ass shirts. You don't have to wear tight ass shirts. As a matter of fact, I prefer wearing shirts like this that are a little bit loose. This is a 3XL. And I'm telling you guys, it does the trick. You can wear a string top or whatever underneath. So after you're done training in the gym and you want to go do your selfies in the fucking mirror, yeah, you do that. But you don't do it in the gym. Okay, that's what women do. You don't want to do that. So anyway, I'm just going to show you real quick because I haven't shaved since the parade, which was last week. But I'm going to do this real quick just to show you guys how good this thing works. And it doesn't cut. Like, you use clippers that are like sharp as friggin' razor, or sharp as a knife. That's all I'm doing. I mean, I did okay with I got rid of the beard in seconds, less than a minute actually. And I'm just gonna trim this up like this so I don't look like a homeless guy on a Friday night. Slap some in my ears like this, little ear hair. But you see how quick? Look at that. That is how quick this thing works. Now I should shave all this off right here, but I might have a casting photo I gotta do for the anti-aging stuff that I'm gonna talk about. There's a company here that is doing a mini series on foreigners who fly to Mexico to do medical tourism. Now, I live here, so it's not like I have to be a tourist to go do stuff. But in the process of me, you see, I got all my teeth done. Okay, you guys know I've been in doing boxing and jiu-jitsu basically all my life. And I'm jumping ramps and stuff and on electric bikes. And the shocks on the front, boom, hit the thing. And I just went face first into the concrete and knocked my front teeth loose. So the reason why I wasn't able to do live podcasts for the last few months is because I've been getting all of my teeth redone. So I finally got porcelain veneers. So they look natural. I got a basically a natural color, so it doesn't look like I have chiclets in my mouth. And but basically, I'm telling you guys that for the same price of the same process in Los Angeles, which was $28,000 to get just my front teeth done, here I got done for 9,000 pesos. How much is 9,000 pesos? About 1,800 bucks. 1,800 bucks to get all these teeth plus a bridge. Because remember, this tooth was knocked loose and they couldn't save it because it snapped right there at the root. So they took those out, did moldings for me. So I had to run around for a few days with this fake bridge while they were doing my. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they 3D print the damn things or whatever. But I got all my teeth redone. 1,800 bucks for the whole front row from here to there. Very nice. I'll probably go back and get the bottom ones done. I don't need them. But how they did it was very interesting because they shaved down your whole tooth like a cone. You look really scary looking actually. They shave them all down, and what they do is take these and they basically put this like super glue stuff on it on your teeth one at a time so they're perfect. Now, if you need braces, they basically shave your teeth down so you don't need braces anymore and they come out perfect. Now, as far as a hair transplant, and just so you guys know, okay, I stopped doing heavy duty steroids a long time ago. But the ramifications of me doing years and years and years of bodybuilding at that level, it was a requirement basically. All my coaches like, you need to take this, you need to take that, and it just destroyed my hairline. But I always had thinning hair since I was in my 20s. Now I'm 50. You look up here, when you see my videos, you'll see that all my hair on top is thinned out because I have no more dark hairs on my head. Thank God I don't have grays like this stupid shit. But all this here, this right here, all this, they're gonna basically take all this, they take them out of here. This is where they take the bad ones out. They take your replacements out of here and they put them in this gel stuff. Meanwhile, they are you're doing punch holes on your head with this like machine that like plunges a hole into your head here. And they take the ones from the back from this machine and they just insert it there one at a time. It takes like 8 to 12 hours to do. You can get two options done. You can get just the front done or you can just get the back done. Now they always have deals. Okay, you can go to Turkey, pay $3,000, and they'll do the same process, whole head. You get a hotel, you get a ride from the airport. It's medical tourism. Turkey is fantastic for that, also for teeth. But why go all the way to Turkey when you can go to Mexico? And depending on where you go, it's going to be the same machinery that they use in Turkey to do hair transplants. And they're going to take these hairs out of here, which, by the way, are resistant to what's called DHT. These are bulletproof hairs, and the hair on top of your head is subject to DHT. If you're a man, you have a pulse, and you produce testosterone, you produce DHT, and eventually those hair follicles are going to die, and they do not come back. So they take them from this part here in the back, which are resistant to DHT, which is why you see bald-headed dudes here, but you don't see bald-headed dudes here. They take the good pieces out of here, and they inject them into here. And it's one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. About 20% falls out, but they plant them. So it's like little bitty plants. Then in about a month or so, you'll see you have some more hairs. And then after about 6 months, you'll probably have a little bit of a hairline. Then they say after about a year and a half, you'll have full head of hair because you got to take care of it, man. It's really sensitive and stuff like that. But just the idea of them pulling hairs out by the root with this machine, this laser thing. And I saw them do it. I mean, they have this like mega microscope on your head while the doctor is using this machine. It looks like a tattoo gun. It really looks like a tattoo gun. And they take one hair out and they put one hair in. They take one hair out and they put one hair in. But what they do is divide it up into two parts. They'll do the back first or they'll do the front first. Me, I don't care. I'm going to do a live stream on the whole thing. The whole process is going to be, the doctor said, anything between 8 and 12 hours, depending upon conditions. But you basically are laying down in this chair like this with your head down, and they numb your head up with Novocaine. And if you guys have never had like Botox or stuff like that in your face, I don't like needles. I know, needles, steroids, all that stuff for years. I still don't like needles. I'd probably be a pro Mr. Olympia at this level if I like needles that much, but I'm not, and I'm done with that life. So what I'm saying is that they're going to inject me all throughout here so my whole head is numb. Now, if you've ever seen guys with transplants afterwards, it looks like you have like the worst zits on your whole head because they shave your entire head. So it's like a blank canvas. Now, how much does this cost? I know you're wondering. How much does it cost to do the whole head? The price that I got initially is right around 85,000 pesos, Mexican pesos. How much is that? It's about $4,500. But all these hair transplant places have the same process, are in competition with each other. So what they do is they have these promotions. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, and they advertise them in Spanish. So if you're about that life and you want to get some work done, now I'm 52 years old now, guys. Okay. I'm 52 years old. I'm still competing. I'm in the old man's supermaster category. I don't care about winning money and anything like that. I'm good with the plastic trophy. My whole point is that getting guys like myself into the best shape of your life and staying that way, especially the legs. If you want to stay alive longer, you got to do legs. Legs determine, especially the density of your legs, determines how long you live. And since we're in this world now where people judge you based on how you look, you probably want to be in the best shape of your life. But you also don't want to be in pain when you're 50, 60, 70 years old and you need to go get up and go, or you're trying to get out of bed and everything hurts. You know it's time. And your life is ticking away. Your telomeres are disappearing. And the basic understanding of of telomeres is just like your fingernails. Let's say your fingernails determine how long you live, and you have these big ass long fingernails. And as you get older, they get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Till you're down to a nub. Once those are gone, life is over. Another changeover. You're gonna have to get a new body. That's how this thing works. So they're gonna shave my head, and I'm gonna be bald headed for as long. My hair doesn't grow crazy fast. Now, when I was younger, if I allowed my hair to grow for a year, I'd probably look like a rock star. But now that I'm at this age and, surviving from doing, going through treatment and being sick and almost dying, and being lost, 80 pounds. You guys know what I looked like. I was half dead. So all of these things, I'm reversing them all. I found a diet that works for me, so I don't have to suffer. In the old days where you had to like tilapia and asparagus, and that's how you got shredded. I don't do that anymore. I also don't do cardio. 40 minutes of cardio fasted every morning, and taking shit tons of growth hormone and clenbuterol and all that. I don't touch any of that stuff that's gonna mess with me anymore. I'm hyper focused on longevity, so I'm not going to kill myself for a plastic trophy anymore. That's ridiculous. I know you guys have missed me because I haven't been on here, but I told you guys I had my teeth, all my teeth replaced with veneers, porcelain veneers. They cost 150, 250 a piece, $150 a piece. Okay. So if you do the math and you figure out how many teeth you have, that's what it's going to cost per tooth. Now I had to get a bridge done, so that was probably $400 if I've calculated it right. But that took a while because I was doing one appointment a week, and what they would do is they would do my temporaries because I had sort of a gum infection. As you get older, your gums start to dissipate, okay? And as you get to a point where if you don't get treatment on your gums, you'll have these big old spaces. You'll have like scraggle daggle looking teeth. It'll also give you halitosis. So the doctor's like, look, we got to do this side here with some antibiotics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your temporary implants out. I'm going to fill them full of this antibiotic gel, and I'm going to put it back in every week. I'm going to check, see if you still have the infection. If not, I'm going to take it out, put some more antibiotics in there. I'm going to put it back up in there, glue it back in. They glue it back in every time, but it's not with like the super hyper glow stuff they use for all my. No, he put these in the bridge in, and I had to be really careful. I couldn't eat an apple. I used to bite my nails like crazy. I guess that's a good thing. If you are a nervous person, you feel the need, you need to bite your nails all the time. When you get veneers, you can't bite your nails at all. It feels weird, like the position of the teeth is different than you're used to, and so on. Also, the benefit is that if you needed braces, you don't need braces anymore because they're just going to shave down your crooked ass teeth into little cones, and in place of those crooked ass teeth you used to have are going to be these flawless looking, natural looking teeth. One of the things I'm going to tell you though, be very careful because there is a color chart, and there's a color chart for natural looking teeth, and then there's bleach looking teeth. My skin color, as you can see, is pretty average beige looking, white boy here. But I live in Mexico, so my skin is a little bit darker than the average guy who's in upstate New York. I look like a California boy. If you're black or you're Hispanic, you're going to get something. You want to tone down the color that you get because otherwise you're going to look like you have chiclets in your mouth and it's going to look really artificial. So the darker your skin, you want to go darker the color of your teeth. If you're super, super, super white, like Irish white or English white or never go outside white, you can get super bright, beautiful teeth. And I will give you a backstory about why you definitely want to get this done. It's affordable now. It's much cheaper than it used to be. You come to Mexico, if you go to Colombia, if you go to Turkey, like I initially said, the price is going to be pretty much the same. Some places are not dentists. You're going to go to some of these chop shops, and they're going to offer nose jobs and BBLs and all kinds of processes that you may or may not want. And I'm going to tell you from experience, I have shopped around. You will find places that are cheaper, but you get in there and you look around, you're like, this looks very dodgy, and then you don't go there because you also want to check Google maps because they have this rating system and so on. Down here in Mexico, unlike the States, people don't use Google Maps, like they do in the States or Yelp or anything like that, Google Maps is pretty much the go-to for people who want to read about, hey, what's this dentist place like? Or I wanted to get like Botox in this place. What are their stars like? And then they'll give a profile of the doctors that are doing the process of whatever it is you're doing. And they have this thing that's called Doctorella. Doctorella is like the appointment system for doctors in Latin America. I don't know if it's in the States, but it gives you the whole doctor's like their their entire background, so you know this person is legit. That's what you want to look out for. Now, if you're interested in coming down to Mexico and you need your hand held, the good news is I got people down here that do medical tourism. If you got deep pockets, my dad always said that I had deep pockets with short arms. I really couldn't afford to come down here and do all this running around and trying to figure out which doctor is which, and God forbid the hair transplant goes bad or the dental implants go bad or it looks like dog shit or I gotta stay longer, or even worse is that you need some kind of, let's say you get liposuction, okay? You want to get the new laser lipo. So if you're lazy and you don't want to work out and you don't want to diet and you just want to have six pack abs, but you're a bit of a fat ass, they do this thing called laser lipo where they just do the outline of your abs as they are and they liposuction around your actual ab muscles so that leaves like a pad of fat on top of your actual muscles. It looks great. I'm actually surprised it looks as good as it does. I don't have any body fat. I mean, I got probably a little bit now after the competition, but you're going to stay fat on top of your muscles. This is the way it is. Now, what people don't know is that God made us special. We are given body fat cells that do not go away unless you have them sucked out with liposuction. Now, I'm probably going to get some liposuction done in my lower back. It's because every time I get ready for these competitions, I really got to diet down hard just to get those, not love handles, but if I want to look shredded for the back, it takes a long, long time at my age to get shredded. But I know tricks, carb depleting and, basically a carb free diet, but it's miserable. And I hate it. I do not like having to go months and months and months and not eat carbs because if you've seen me in some of my last podcasts, I sound like I'm half wasted. It's because I have no carbs in my system at all. And you need carbs for your brain to function. So I'm going to recommend that if you want to get liposuction done or you got some surgery you need done, it's way cheaper down here. You pay in cash or you pay by bank transfer or whatever to those doctors' offices. You always got to pay for at least a deposit if you're going to go. Like, for example, to get my hair transplant done, they have this deal where you only pay 5,000 pesos a month for your hair transplant until it's paid off, which, by the way, my hair transplant is going to cost 48,000 pesos, which is about $2,200 in Mexico. That's with all the injections and all that stuff and aftercare and then like products to maintain your hair after the fact. But unlike Turkey, which offers a white glove service, that's where they pick you up in the airport. You have their name on the little card and all that stuff. And then you have a driver who takes you, probably speaks English, takes you to your hotel room and drops you off and says, okay, I'll be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. to pick you up for your appointment in the morning with Dr. whatever the hell, Dr. Muhammad or whatever. But here in Mexico, if you want that kind of service, you go to places like Cancun. Cancun is super expensive. But unlike here in the middle of nowhere, you cut down on those expenses a lot. The same hair transplant here costs $4 or $5 or $6,000 there. And like I said, this one here costs right around $2,200. front of the hair and the back. It's called a 360. So they're doing 360 degrees of the top of your head. They're taking the hairs out of here in the back. Now, what I'm getting done in the process, because I do have this shoulder is damaged, both knees are shot to hell. So I'm getting stem cell injections. Stem cell injections are really good, but I'm also going to do IV. Hold on a second, guys. If you don't know about this stuff, get some NAD plus. And I'm not sponsored by these people. I just bought this at Sam's Club. So if you're Sam's Club and you're looking for sponsored people, hey, look my way because here you goes your product. But this is NAD and NAD plus, okay? This is not the same stuff they inject you with. They give you the precursors to NAD directly in your veins. And then after you do one bag of this stuff, I take this every day and a low dose. But they do an IV bag on you. I'm getting methylene blue and NAD. Those two, the combination for anti-aging is where it's at. Notably, visibly better looking. Your skin tightens up. All of your organs, all your mitochondria is being changed out. It's amazing, you guys. But I'm going to warn you guys. NID, you need to go there good and hydrated, but do not eat anything beforehand because you'll feel nauseous. You're going to feel dizzy as a mother. You're going to lay down in that chair for like an hour while they do this little drip in you because NAD can't be like vitamin C. Like if you're like one of these guys that drinks and you get hungover, or you're a fighter, you're MMA or you jiu-jitsu, and you go in the next day and you get vitamin C, that's like 30, 45 minutes. No big deal because it can turn it up or down. It doesn't hurt you in any way. But NAD is so powerful that it can make you nauseous, it can make you dizzy, it can make you feel like dog shit. So they got to do the drip super slow. Now, methylene blue at the same time is completely okay. This is for guys like myself who have brain damage. If you had some, thing knock you out, or if you have any kind of concussions, this will do the reversal that you need. But like I said, there are some side effects, but you need to go to a clinic that does this, not some place that's like it sells old LPs in the front and does the jobs in the back. That's not what you want. You want a legitimate clinic. You want to check Google Maps and stuff like that to make sure it's a good place. Because otherwise, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And it's another thing. If you want like white glove service and you want to pay top dollar down there in Cancun, okay, let me tell you what the scoop is down there. Down there in Cancun, there are a zillion gringo tourists. It costs a lot of money. So if you're a rich gringo and that's what you want to be on the beach, my hat's off to you. You go down there and do your thing. They have these clinics that offer stem cells, that offer hair transplants, that do dental I can't even talk. Dental caps, porcelains, resins. Don't recommend those because those look like chiclets. But they can be done in one day. Okay, these veneers, no, these veneers are porcelain and they are made somewhere else. They take a mold of your teeth. They do all these like calculations with LiDAR and all this stuff. So they have a 3D model of your whole head to redo your teeth. Now, just so you guys know, I had every single cavity that I had fillings in. I had that silver, whatever the crap is, taken out. That's that old 1970s, 1980s stuff. Dentistry has changed. It's not the way it used to be. I had every filling taken out and replaced with porcelain. So I had porcelain replaced with porcelain. So all of my dental work that I had done prior, with the exception of this one here, which is the Saudi Arabian special, that one right there is literally made out of titanium. So there's no messing with that one. But I had teeth that were loose. I had teeth that had problems. I was probably coming up with some gingivitis a little bit. So I had very loose teeth. They fixed every single tooth, and it didn't cost me more than 450 bucks. If you need a root canal, I'm going to advise against it. You can get other processes done now, and I'm looking forward to the days where if you lose a tooth, you can regrow your teeth now. That's how far in advance the things are coming. Now, I'm not making any money from this. I'm just telling you guys the truth about what's available down here in Mexico because I think people are pretty tired of me talking about past relationships that went bad or whatever. Because there's only so much you can talk about that, and it just gets old after a while. You and I both know that things are not like they used to be, and we just gotta accept it. It's a better life down here overseas. I think if you were looking for girls, you go to Thailand, you go to Colombia, go to DR, depending upon what you're looking for. I'm not here in Mexico for chicks. Okay. I have a whole different mission in life now. It has nothing at all to do with chicks because I have gone through the most beautiful things you've ever seen in your life. And most people who know me will tell you that I've never been seen with an ugly girl. So all the women I've ever had in every country I've ever lived in have been gorgeous and they've been wife material. But I'm not interested in getting married to some floozy that's 20 something years old. I'm not interested in somebody who has kids. So if that's what you want, and you're a short guy, okay, I'm not short, but if you're a short guy, the good news is that the women down here are shorter. So it really makes up a difference. Now I'm gonna get a bit of scale. When you meet a girl and she's not wearing high heels, you're going to check to see that she is about 2/3 of your height. There's something about when you meet a girl down here because they're short. If you like spinners, great, go for it. But you'll find a girl that's like 4 foot nothing. And if you're 5'6", go for it. And if you want a girl that's a little taller and you're 5'8", you're good. And if you're super tall, the town I'm in here has the tallest Mexicans in Mexico, and that includes the women. So if you're looking for a woman that you're 6'4" and you want a girl that's 5'10", no problem. They've got girls that here that are almost 7 feet tall. They could play for the NBA or the WNBA or whatever the hell it's called. Super tall girls. Oh yeah, that's right. They play volleyball. So if you like volleyball girls, that's what you get. The average person in Mexico is 27 years old. So it has a very young population. It's 27 years old. I teach little kids at the fire academy that are ages 7 to 14. And they are little kids, but they're tall like their daddies. And some kids that are almost 6 feet tall. Kids like in middle school, almost 6 feet tall. My gas man is well over 6'6". And I'm like, where the hell they find you? The Lakers? You know what I mean? He's so tall. He has to like duck down to go in the door. He's that tall. So I come to find out that where I'm at, everybody is super tall. So if you want a nice tall girl, you can find one here. If you want a nice short girl, you can find one here. But what I'm saying to you guys is that to get that beautiful girl, you got to fix yourself. And the easiest thing for me to fix is my teeth. Now, if you have raggedy screw, snaggletooth teeth, get them fixed here. Save your money, make it a mission, come on down, check into an Airbnb. If you really need dental work done and you need to stay in one of these recovery houses, there's tons of them. Now, if you want to know where I am, it's called Guanajuato. Okay. There's a place that's called San Miguel de Allende. It has a population of 10,000 gringos. It's much cheaper here than Mexico City. It's much cheaper in Mexico City than in Cancun. So whatever your speed is and whatever your style is, You want to go to the beach, you go to Cancun. If you want to go to the city, you go to Mexico City. If you want to be out here in the country, you guys know I live on a farm. This is a dog rescue. We have dogs here. Big old land. There's 55 hectares of corn in my front yard. Okay, that is my front yard. This is a cool place because it's super ancient. Like as in like Noah's flood ancient, as in like the Younger Dryas ancient. So if you want to come and check that out, also the food is pretty great. Also, we have the ocean is not far away, and because it's not far away, guess what we have? Seafood. But my favorite thing about this place is that there are all you can eat buffets of all the food you could dream of in Mexico. They have a chef that'll cook you up ribs, that'll cook you up hamburgers, that'll cook you up tacos. Oh no, that's different. They have a second cook that only does tacos. And then there's a buffet of fruit. I mean, come on, guys. I could not. The price is right around $10. Yeah, $10. Actually, excuse me. I paid with my debit card the last time we went. And because I was prepping for a show and I needed like just pound like so many carbs and the food is so good there, it's ridiculous. So I was carb loading at this buffet. And also, I'm not eating, desserts and stuff, so I'm having fruit. They have guavas, they have yogurts, they have like granolas, um, any kind of topping you can imagine. The ice cream in Mexico is really good too, and there's sugar-free Mexican ice cream that is delicious. So they have this thing is called monk fruit down here. If you guys don't know what monk fruit is, it's better than stevia, and it doesn't taste like chemicals. So monk fruit is actually beneficial for your health. And I started noticing like this does not taste like stevia. What is this? This is good. Are you sure there's not sugar in this? They're like, no, it's monk fruit, monja, monja fruit, which is monk fruit. So Mexico's speeding up, and you guys, it's supposed to be a third world country, but I'm getting first world treatment. And the food, it's not like you would think, oh, I'm not gonna go there and get like tapeworms and stuff, I hope, or parasites. It's not like what you think. It's not like some nasty place that is going to poison you. Okay. In spite of what you might think about the Mexican food that you might get in the States, this is not it. It's different. People take good care of themselves here. So if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm here on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, and I am on Facebook. I'm not on TikTok. I just elected not to get involved with anything like that for, you know, international reasons. Not that I'm hiding anything, but I don't want them invading my private space. So I don't have any sponsors yet. Otherwise, it'd be like, now, who's sponsor? Surfshark, blah, 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 VPN, not interested. Whatever happens, happens. We have a saying here in Mexico is primero Dios. Primero Dios. That means God first. And God is first in my life, guys. So if you have any questions about what I'm doing, as far as anti-aging stuff, I'm going to go over all of these supplements here that are available. They're all over the counter stuff, so it's not, nothing wild. You guys have way better access to supplements than I do here, and a lot of this stuff is imported from the United States. So all these anti-aging stuff, the magnesium that I'm getting, the NAD plus, all that's available in big doses. Get yourself a good omega-3, and this is where it's at, you guys. I'm telling you, the future is right now. Start taking good care of yourself, and you'll live longer. And when you get older, you're not going to be all banged up. I have never seen people so shockingly young looking as I have in the last year. People that are 50, 55, 60 years old that look younger than I do. Like they could be kept past for 30, 35 years old. And I'm like, what in the hell are these people taking? And by the way, you need money. If you're going to get these treatments done, this is not cheap. I know just from getting vitamin C drips, the vitamin C drip is like 75 bucks. So the stem cells is 250 US dollars to get both shoulders done and both knees and get an IV bag at the same time. $250. That's what it costs. But not every place does injections into the joints where you have the doctor told you surgery. I'm not getting surgery and nothing. I'm getting stem cells and that's it. I'm getting may get some in my neck and I might get some in my hips. But outside of that, there is what's called a trauma surgeon, and that's a trauma doctor. They run money, okay? And to get stem cells from your DNA made, which by the way takes some time, and they're getting these super stem cells done. Now, these super stem cells are pretty amazing. Now, what I have found is that all peptides that you might be used to getting in the States are available here, with the exception of retatrutide. You might want to get like the Ozempic or whatever. Don't do it. It's made from Gila monster venom. It's causing blindness. It's causing kidney failure. Don't do none of that stuff. Just go to the newest stuff that's not made from Gila monster venom. It's called retatrutide. It's available in the States. I think it's like 45 bucks a vial. You take micro doses of that stuff. You lose body fat. You have no hunger. You maintain your muscles. If you take Ozempic, you're going to lose your muscle mass, period. And I'm not interested in taking anything that's going to eat at my muscles. And I've always been that guy. Oh, just take T3, take some clenbuterol when you are cut. But buddy, let me tell you something. Now it revealed that clenbuterol causes heart damage. I'm not going to do anything that's going to endanger my heart. So anyway, I hope this has been a lot of entertainment for you. I'm probably going to start this channel exclusively doing anti-aging stuff and maybe some relationship advice and maybe some Mexico stuff. But outside of that, you guys, I'm really doing good down here since I got over the cancer and I've recovered well. And I put back on the weight that I lost, which was about 80 pounds. And I'm purely volunteer. I have been nothing but volunteering for the past 4 years. If you want to volunteer, a lot of stuff you can do down here to volunteer, but this is what I do. And I'm good with kids, and I'm good at teaching kids how to protect themselves and to do home emergencies and stuff like that. But I'm going to be renovating the castle soon, and I want you to follow along because I'm getting asked to be in movies now and mini series that are all in Spanish, so you won't be that entertained. There is a blockbuster movie that's being filmed here. They do need extras. If you want to know about those opportunities to be an extra in a movie in Mexico, do me a favor and just drop a comment. I want to know about that stuff, and I'll find a way to get a hold of you. You can also find me on Facebook and on Instagram and ask me anything you want. I do not get paid by these places. I'm just saying, if that's what you want to do, sometimes they'll invite you and say, hey, we need an extra for this show or whatever. And they might give you a sandwich. That's their payment. It's a sandwich. The last one I was in, I was there for 2 days. Um, the Marines were there. The National Guard was there. The top trainers for John Wick style training was at this place. And so for 2 days, they had me as like a monitor, but they also had me like as a victim of, oh, and they had like fake blood shooting out of my arm and stuff. And they gave me a fake hand. So if that's something that you'd be interested in doing, you do not need to know Spanish to do this stuff. If you want to just do it for fun, just to get out of the States for a while, or if you want to travel to a different part of Mexico or Latin America or wherever you are, these things are available. Just write down in the comments, hey, I want to know about being an extra in a movie. Telling you guys, get your face done, get your face fixed, get your teeth fixed, get your hair did, and look how quickly the women are going to be coming and beating down your door. I'm the professor. Hey, good to see you again, and I'm out.